Happy New Year! Delighted the Bite is back! After a nice little break, my kids were home. It is now 2021. I feel refreshed, so that's good. It's a bit gloomy here. When you live in the Northwest and you have things like atmospheric rivers coming at you, it can be a little gloomy. So I've been thinking about what I wanted to start with in January. And of course, everybody's on there like, low fat this, no carb, keto, whatever you're doing or whatever's going on, or no drinking or no sugar. It's been a year and January has not started off like amazing. And now we are like in a deluge here in the Tacoma area. So I am not feeling like I'm gonna do something super, super healthy, but I am trying to find some things that are fun to then partner with healthier options. So I talked about this. For you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, I have an Instagram account, Delight of the Bite, shocker. Follow me over there because I do some fun little like stories and things like that where I feature other things. So over New Year's, I talked about this cheese spread thing that I made, and it is inspired from Jacques Pépin. I'm probably saying that wrong for you Frenchies, but he's just this awesome, he's 85 and darling and does these great videos, and he's like an incredible chef go look him up, he's amazing. Anyways, he has a fabulous idea that he gave me, and I'm passing on to you now, for what to do with all the leftover cheeses you might be having in your fridge, leftover from Christmas and New Year's, and you're like, ooh, that was expensive, I don't want to throw it out. I got the solution for you. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to call this, but it's leftover cheese spread. I mean, that sounds terrible. I'll have a better name. I'll put it up over the video when I'm talking right now. But anyways, you essentially just take all the leftover cheeses that you've got, or just go buy a bunch of little random cheeses and you blend them up in a food processor with some fresh garlic and white wine. And if it's not creamy enough, you can add a little bit of sour cream or a little bit of cream cheese to kind of like give it that kind of whipped light flavor. But you guys, the possibilities with this are endless. I'm super excited to show you all the things you can do with mystery cheese. I don't know. It'd be great if I could do a vote. But anyways, here we go. All it's good to kind of bring it together. You also could do, like if you have a little bit of cream, I think I already said sour cream, but then it all of a sudden just smooths right out. So it's thick like a cream cheese or like a really thick frosting. And the flavor is like a whole other situation. I mean, I'm getting salty, I'm getting sharp from all the different cheeses. Oh my word, the wine and the garlic. You guys, I cannot say enough about how outstanding this no-name cheese situation is. So I wrote down actually some notes. I want to talk to you about all the ways you can use this. So part of my inspiration for doing this was because I was reflecting on, because it's so gloomy here, on our fun, really amazing trip that we got to take for our 25th anniversary of France. And in France, you always think they eat so well, or they eat so much food, but they look so good, blah, blah, blah. Well, they do a lot of things in moderation. So I noticed you'd get a salad and it would be really clean, really healthy, very fresh ingredients. However, then they would have like a toasted baguette with a little bit of cheese. Oftentimes I would see it with like a small baby wheel of a fresh goat cheese, and then they put it under a broiler and it'd be all hot and melty. So you'd have this fun little like treat alongside your super healthy salad. So that's actually what we're gonna have. It's almost lunchtime here. So I have a bagged Trader Joe's salad I'm gonna whip together, and then I'm gonna do a couple baguettes with the cheese on it. One other thing to note, when you heat the cheese, it changes the flavor a little bit. Jacques told me that when I watched his video, and it is true. So when I put this on these baguettes, these are not pre-toasted. I'm just going to put a schmear, pop them in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, and they get kind of golden and toasty and melty. But as they heat up, the garlic mellows, the cheese mellows. So here are all your ideas: straight on crackers, straight on your finger, by the way, pretty dang good. Toasted with bread. Melted with veggies on the side, so almost treat it like a fondue. Put it in a pot, put it in the oven, let it get all melty, and then have some fresh veggies on the side, dip it in. It's kind of a, moderate approach. The other night I had a little bit left over from the batch I made right at New Year's, and I whipped it into just some boiled potatoes and mashed them up like mashed potatoes, but it wasn't nearly as heavy. But the flavor in this is so like strong and just unctuous that it made the potatoes like sing. It sounds kind of cheesy, but they were really, really, punny, that was funny. A little dollop of this on a baked potato. We were to dinner with my dad and his wife Kathy the other night, and Kathy was like, ooh, it sounds like it'd be good on a baked potato. And I was like, I'm gonna mention that. That's a great idea. So a little dollop on a baked potato. I also the other night I just did a big thing of sauteed green beans, and then instead of meat, I did a portobello mushroom, and I put a little smear of this in there, mixed with a little bit of panko breadcrumb, and baked it for, I don't know, half an hour, because you gotta bake that mushroom through, but that was amazing. Also, Jacques said it's really good on top of soup, like a little dollop of this as a flavor enhancer. So I had just the boxed roasted red pepper tomato soup, like you can get at the store. It comes in the 32-ounce box. Just threw that in a mug, heated it up in the microwave, and then put a dollop of this on there. Again, flavor, next level. It's so simple. So what a fun way to utilize cheeses that you have left over, or go buy a variety of cheeses and put them together. You saw what I did. Your mix is never gonna be the same. And you could do goat cheese, you could do cream cheese, you can do Munster, Gruyere, that's what I had last time. So possibilities are endless. I'm gonna do a little test taste once my lunch is put together and show you guys how it looks on the toasted baguette. But this is so fun. I really hope you're gonna give it a try. And yeah, sky's the limit on the Flavor Town. So, all right, see you in a little bit. Okay, it's finally time. So my bag salad from Trader Joe's, I just threw a little bit of chicken in that for our lunch. I made a little bit more than we probably need to eat. So the idea is to have the healthy with the fun, and you combine the two and you don't feel deprived. So, but if I eat all that, I definitely am overindulging. Okay, get in here real quick. Look at the crispy bits. So this was 350 for about 12 minutes, and it gets kind of toasty along the edge. Ooh, a little crispy bittle. You guys, I cannot express. Okay, here we go. I'm having visions of a Swiss chalet, après-ski, a little, I think I found the name. I think I'm gonna call it New Year's cheese. Because after Christmas and New Year's, people buy a lot of cheeses that time of year. And you have all those extra bits. So, New Year's cheese, but any time of year, you can have New Year's cheese. That's my slogan, at least. I'm sticking with it. Oh, it's totally true. When the cheese is heated and melted, it's a little bit softer. It doesn't have the sharpness of the garlic, and the wine mellows out. It's almost in the background. So if you're not somebody who drinks or whatever, you could just buy a little small thing of wine. Or if you're definitely like avoiding all alcohol, then just contact me. I'll think of something that you could substitute with, but probably just cream and leave the wine out. But it just adds this like under layer of flavor. It is so outstanding. That's right. It's a second bite demo. So good. So this with my salad, gonna be outstanding. When we had these at New Year's Eve, or over New Year's and New Year's Eve, my family was like, I'm sorry, what? And I just kept making them every day. It'd be our little pre-dinner snack. On soups, I told you how there is. rewind the video if you need to be refreshed. Okay. Delight of the Bite, subscribe, share, and tell your friends. I'm slowly but surely growing, and maybe this year I will do some more things to help that happen. But I really appreciate you watching, and it's gonna be a fun new year. I don't know all the things I'm gonna do, but I think soup is coming up next because it's just dreary here and we need some fun soup. So tune in next week. Thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.